You see the highlighted asynchronous development, heightened intensity, develop optimally. Those are the key terms that we're going to talk about. Okay? Asynchronous development is up and down. Imagine peaks and a mountain range. A gifted child, and we're going to use the word gifted for tonight. A gifted child has peaks and valleys all in one being. On once you might have an 8-year-old who has the reasoning ability of a 15-year-old. They might have the mathematics skills of a 12-year-old. They might have the social skills of an 8-year-old. And they might have the emotional regulation of a 4-year-old. All at once. That's asynchronous development. Heightened intensity we're going to talk about later with overexcitabilities, and the whole key is how to develop optimally. How to maximize one's potential. How to grease the tracks for that person to become all that he or she can be. So 4 major factors that we're going to talk about tonight actually influence what giftedness looks like in an individual, as well as their educational, their social, and emotional functioning. There's level of giftedness. We're going to talk about what it means to be moderately high, really high, what that looks like and what the implications are. Asynchronous development, as we just discussed. Overexcitabilities. We're going to talk about Kazimierz Dombrowski's overexcitabilities, and then finally thinking and learning styles. And we're also going to move on to what are some at-risk populations, what we need to look at in those populations, and how we can help kids develop to their best. So the higher the child's overall ability, the more that these 4 factors will influence their functioning. Okay, so the more out there you are, the more these different characteristics have to be taken into account, have to be accommodated, have to be understood. So what is normal? So this is the bell curve. Most people fall right in the middle. 1 standard deviation on each side of the mean. As you already could see, if you have a child or teach a child with these gifted abilities, you're in the exception. It's not the norm. But being gifted is invisible. So you often look just like everyone else, but you might start to act a little differently, as we'll talk about. A lot of the programs in our country hit the top 2%. Programs around here are more lenient, and programs around the country are now maybe moving to this top 10%. But again, we're looking at the farther up you are, the more different you are. Now, something that is really powerful is to think at these people are developmentally disabled or mentally retarded. These people are as far from, quote, normal as these people. You're just as far as normal. And appropriately so, you hopefully get a lot of accommodations to have a successful learning environment and a successful life. Lots of accommodations, physical, mental, situational. The argument is these people start to have problems if you don't do a similar thing for them. That's where the accommodations need. And the farther out you are, the farther you're from these people, the farther you feel like you fit in.